Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Twin States News. I'm Nicole Menner. Time again for your weekend football previews on this Friday. We begin with Mississippi State as the Florida Gators come to Starkville. Both teams have something in common. They were both upset by SEC opponent Kentucky. Both the Gators and Bulldogs have 3-1 records, while MSU will look to get their first conference win tomorrow. The Gators are 1-1 in SEC play after beating Tennessee last weekend. And of course, the story of the matchup is Dan Mullen returning to the SIP. Mullen had a 69-46 record with MSU and led his team to 5 consecutive weeks, ranked as the #1 team during the 2014 season. Mullen built Mississippi State into what it is today and knows that going back to Starkville on the opposing sideline will be an emotional and fun experience.
I remember sitting with marketing people. Said we need to create this type of entrance, and this is what I want the entrance to look like. I said before the fourth quarter, we're gonna go play "Don't Stop Believing," and so I spent 9 years trying to create a tradition, and so I thought that was pretty cool. That now I get to go back, I guess, and see what it's like to be on the other sideline of the tradition we created.
And the Ole Miss football team has a big challenge tomorrow night as they face LSU at one of the toughest venues in college football. It'll be a late one. It's an 8:15 game, and no question, it'll be a hard environment for the Rebels to play in. It will be Jordan Ta'amu's first time playing in Death Valley, but when LSU came to Oxford last season, that was when Ta'amu's reign at Ole Miss began. The Tigers are the #5 team in the country and enter this week sitting at a perfect 4-0, including an upset over #8 Miami and the then #7 Auburn. Here's Coach Matt Luke with a final preview of tomorrow's game.
Very good on all 3 levels of defense. They're good up front, really good linebackers, very, very long, good in the secondary. So they're a very, very good defense. We need some high percentage throws so we can get on schedule and get the rhythm that we need offensively. On offense, they're big up front. I think Burrow does a great job of managing the game. He's a capable passer to hit you vertically, and they got 2 really big backs, very, very good at running back. And then they got a good tight end that's a good blocker, and they'll get him out on nakeds and play action. So I think being disciplined with our eyes so we don't lose him, in man-to-man coverage in the run game, and they throw their play action.
The Saints take a trip to the Big Apple this weekend to face the New York Giants, a team who enters Week 4 at 1-2 after beating the Texans for their first win last weekend. And the Giants will be without 5 of their starters, leaving the defense shorthanded against the Saints offense, who's averaging nearly 35 points per game. But the Saints defense has allowed a league-high 10.2 yards per passing play, and that's nearly cost them some games. And it did cost them that Week 1 game against the Bucs. But the Saints defense says that they're locked in and ready to go.
I just think it's just harping on the little things, harping on the details, the fundamentals that allow you to play good run defense, whether it be up front, getting your feet in the ground, being in a power position, being able to maintain control of your gap, but also being able to play your secondary gap and help on a tackle. I mean, it's a lot of things that go in. And I think guys are locked in on being able to make teams one-dimensional. I think that was one of the good things we did against Atlanta. We were able to kind of neutralize that stretch game and kind of make them have to pass the ball. So if we can continue to do that, and as well as fixing other things that are going on right now, we'll be fine.
Hopefully they are fine. Hopefully they can pick it up against the Giants, who haven't been too great this year. You have a few.
Yeah, but Saquon Barkley is racking up about 25 points for me a week.
I know, and you're complaining that your fantasy team has no big names.
You played him, was it last week? I play
week.
him this week, so I'll try to make up for the both of us.
You have a decent team.